My channel is as dead as a pet goldfish from Chernobyl, so today I'm going to be smashing or passing every US president, because there's nothing better that I could possibly be doing with my time right now. Now, at first, the elephant in the room. I know that every US president has been a male, unless Donald Trump decides to become transgender, in which case we'd all support him for that, but I need to make a very important disclaimer. I am not gay. I am as straight as a ruler. These judgments are based on if I was gay, but I'm not gay, so I might not know 100% for sure if I'm correct on these things, but it's if I was gay. Not that I am gay, there's no homo here. It's just if I was gay, but I'm not gay, so you gotta know that. I'm not gay. It's if I was gay. But I'm not gay, so it's fine. But if I was gay, okay, there we go. I just had to say that disclaimer because no homo here. I'm not gay, but if I was gay, not that I'm gay. If I was though, okay. First we gotta start with our man George Washington, who obviously, guys. Again, I'm not gay, but if I was gay, he has a pretty nice jawline, and he just has this kind of like alpha-like demeanor, and I can't describe it. Like, if I was gay, I would like a tomboy in my life. So I have to say, if I was gay, I would smash George Washington. Not that I am gay, but if I was, smash George Washington. And John Adams, he doesn't quite have that tomboy appeal. Like he could wrap around my waist or something if I was a woman, but I'm a man and I'm not gay, so he wouldn't do that to me. He wouldn't like wrap his arms around his waist. I mean my waist. Sorry, sorry. I'm starting a bit. um, he's not hot though, so yeah, he's totally not hot. So if I was gay, I'm going to have to say he doesn't quite have that look I'm looking for. Not that I am gay, but if I was gay, he doesn't quite have that look that I would consider attractive if I was gay. But I'm not gay. But if I was, now Thomas Jefferson, no homo here, guys, but he does have some really attractive looking features. I know he was like a slave guy and stuff. He had a lot of slaves, but honestly, who didn't at this time? So I'm gonna say smash Thomas Jefferson. Not that I would do that if I really saw Thomas Jefferson, but if I was a gay man or a woman, I guess I shouldn't judge. Then I think I would smash Thomas Jefferson. James Madison, I think that's James Madison. On the other hand, I think he doesn't quite have that alpha look. He kind of has those big twinkly eyes like a beta male. So if I was gay, I wouldn't like alpha males. So I'm gonna say pass on James Madison. Then James Monroe, I can see how you can kind of like his little butt chin there, but I would have to say pass. It's close, but I'm not gay, so don't judge me for this. But if I was gay, this is what I think I would choose. However, I'm not gay, so no homo, but this is what I think. This is just my opinion. Anyway, John Quincy Adams, I mean, I really like his beard, but pass. He just doesn't have that spark to me. He doesn't have any abs. Honestly, he kind of looks like he has a beer belly underneath his suit. Andrew Jackson, he was an asshole, from what I know, but he does have that alpha look to him. He was also really into dueling, apparently. Like, he would just fight anyone that he came across. He has that big, giant swoosh of hair there. He looks like an alpha male. I'm gonna have to say smash. I think smash for Andrew Jackson. Martin Van Buren, though, he looks like a goblin. So I'm gonna have to say pass, but he does have that alpha look. Not that I'm actually attracted to that. If I was gay, though, I would be attracted to that alpha look, but he... Ooh, this is hard. Not like my penis, because I'm not gay, but I'm gonna have to say pass. Nothing against Martin Van Buren. I'm just saying, if I was gay, I think I would say pass. If I was a little gayer, not that I am gay at all, then maybe smash, but I think pass. Sorry. Um, William Henry Harrison, he looks handsome. Not that I actually think he's handsome, by the way, but if I was gay, he would look handsome. But from what I remember, yeah, he was that one president that only lasted a month because he died after a month in office because he was basically just stuck the entire time, which does make him weak. And he's not quite the alpha tomboy kind of guy, so I'm gonna have to say pass. As attractive as he looks, he has some very nice features going. It's like that nice long nose. He kind of stares straight into my soul, but you can kind of see the submission in there. He's like a beta male. I'm not gonna quite say he was an alpha male. Not that I really know much about the guy, but if I didn't know much about the guy and he was still submissive, just based on what I see here, which I'm not gay, so I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna have to say he's too submissive for me. Okay, that's the point here. Okay, we're on the same page. All right. John Tyler, uh, he no, he does not look alpha to me. If he was an alpha, you can let me know, but I don't think he's an alpha. He's not quite that tomboy energy kind of guy. James K. Polk, same thing. He just looks depressed because he's probably was gay. He probably would have wanted someone like Thomas Jefferson. Not that I'm attracted to Thomas Jefferson, but I think that if I was gay, I would be. Not that I know for sure because I'm not gay, but if I was gay, I think I would relate to James K. Polk because he probably was gay, just longing for something. He probably was not satisfied with his life. Um, yeah. Not that I know anything about James K. Polk's sexuality, but yeah. Okay. Then Zachary Taylor, I don't really know anything about this guy other than he died from eating an absolute crap ton of I think cherry ice cream that was sitting out in the sun and got a whole bunch of bacteria in it. So kind of an idiot, but that doesn't always mean you're not attractive. You look like he might have been attractive in his earlier years to an alternate version of me that was gay. But I'm not gay, but I'm gonna have to say pass. He looks like he does have a chance of being attractive though. Millard Fillmore, apparently, Millard Fillmore here. Apparently, Queen Victoria thought he was the most attractive man she's ever seen. I personally don't see it, but I'm not gay, so I don't know for sure. But I'm going to have to say pass. Okay, so Franklin Pierce. Hooey, man. I'm not gay. I need to make that very clear. But Franklin Pierce. Okay, here's a story about Franklin Pierce. Nobody really knows who he is, so if I was a gay man, nobody would really be all over him. So I could easily get to him, so that's a plus, but I wouldn't do that anyway if I was in the 1800s, because I'm not gay. I was never gay, but, anyway, here's a story about Franklin Pierce. Did you know that, just before his inauguration, he witnessed his son get beheaded in a train crash, I think? He and his wife survived, but they both saw his son get beheaded, so he was just traumatized for the entirety of his presidency. So he has that femboy trauma, which while he doesn't necessarily seem like a tomboy, I think that would be pretty attractive if I was gay. He's like someone straight out of a Gotcha Life movie, so I'm gonna have to say smash. He looks really hot too. Not that I'm gay, but he would look really hot to a gay man if I was a gay man. He just look at that hair. Look at that nice face. He's just a very attractive man. James Buchanan, he was a dickhead, and he also just is really unattractive. I'm gonna have to say pass on him. He was not a tomboy. He was submissive. Yeah, but oh man, Abe Spear. Yeah. Oh, Abe Spear. That really adds stuff to him. His like, ooh, look at those defined cheekbones. He's a very nice looking man. He looks really rough and ready. You know, he's very aged, but he has that nice, handsome look in him. I would almost say obliterate, but I'm gonna be modest to Honest Abe. I'm gonna say smash, but I would consider obliterate. And this guy was apparently a dickhead, and he also looks like a goblin, so I'm gonna say pass. Andrew Johnson, yeah. Ulysses S. Grant, his last words were water, which really says a lot about his, like, tomboy character, so, you know, he's a tomboy, he looks pretty rough and ready, so I'm gonna have to say smash. I think Ulysses S. Grant is a smash. If I was gay, sorry, I forgot to note that the past couple slides. If I was gay, which I am not gay, but if I was, Rutherford B. Hayes, I really like his beard. He just doesn't quite have that alpha demeanor to me. I'm gonna have to say pass if I was a gay man, but I'm not a gay man. James A. Garfield, he's a pretty good looking man. He just looks too average for me. If I was a gay man, which, if I. Okay, you get the point by now. I'm not a gay man, but if I was a gay man, I would say pass, because he doesn't have that tomboy demeanor, which I think if I was a gay man, that's I know for sure because I'm not a gay man, then I think I would like tomboys, and James A. Garfield just doesn't quite apply to that. But I'm not gay, but if I was, you know, pass. Oh, wait, baby. Who's that? Oh, Chester A. Arthur. The most famous president in history. Holy crap. That beard man. If I was gay, Chester A. Arthur would be a smash in my category. I would make his legs shake. Not that it would make a man's legs shake, but if I was a gay man, Chester A. Arthur. Hooey. Not quite obliterate, but. Oh, wow. Grover Cleveland. I'm gonna have to say pass. Benjamin Harrison, pass. Grover Cleveland, on the other hand, oh, wow. Obliterate. Obliterate. Holy crap, Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland can never compare to Grover Cleveland. William McKinley, he has that alpha look, as, like, kind of unattractive as he is. He looks pretty alpha-like, so I'm gonna have to say smash if I was a gay man. Oh my god, I really gotta make that clearer. I'm not gay. Oh, holy, oh, Teddy Roosevelt. I think he's obliterate. He's obliterate. I would obliterate him if I was a gay man. Which I'm not a gay man, but Teddy, I think he would be good at gay sex. William Howard Taft, smash. I love that mustache. He looks really alpha-like. Like he just doesn't give a crap. I really like that in a man. If I did like men, I don't like men. As in, like, sexually. I'm fine with men, but not, like, sexual men, you know? I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Richard Wilson, he looks like some mean principal in the 1980s movie where everybody's a rebellious teen that likes staring at teenage boobs, you know? So, yeah, I don't like Richard Wilson. He just doesn't have that tomboy look to me, if I was gay. Warren G. Harding, he does have that tomboy look. He's apparently pretty submissive. Oh, you know, he's close, but I've got to say pass if I was gay. But I'm not gay. Pass for Calvin Coolidge. He just doesn't have that tomboy energy to me, but he looks pretty dominant, you know? I like myself a dominant guy. If I liked dominant guys, I'd like dominant girls instead, because I'm straight as a ruler. But, yeah, Calvin Coolidge, you pass. Herbert Hoover Dam, you know, pass. FDR, love the guy. Pretty good president, but pass. He just looks kind of ugly. But leading the country through a war would do that to you. Here is Truman. Looks like a nerd. Dude, what the hell? Oh, Ike. Ike himself. If I was a gay man, I would be attracted to his alpha-like demeanor. But he's just pass for me. He doesn't quite strike that. Because, I'm not a gay man. So, I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think I would smash him. Oh, oh man. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. That's. He was too sexy to be left alive, man. That's why I got assassinated. No words here. That smile. Oh my god, he looks like a goblin. Ew. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm not attracted to him. Richard Nixon. Nah. Ooh, Gerald Ford. Honestly, he looks pretty attractive if I was a gay man. But I'm not a gay man. But I would say if I was a gay man, I would probably be attracted to him. I'm straight as a ruler. You gotta remember that. Smash for Gerald Ford. Jimmy Carter. You know, he I'm gonna have to say pass. He would be close to smash, honestly. Just look at that. Look at him. Look at that sexy little smile. Not that I would think it's sexy, because I'm not a gay man, but okay, you get the point. Ronald Reagan, pass. George H.W. Bush, pass. Nice haircut, though, but I'm not attracted to men because I'm not gay. Bill Clinton, pass. He probably would diddle me. George W. Bush, pass. Like, look, if you zoom in on his photo, you can see all his, sweaty pores. He's clearly sweating like a submissive little boy. He's not quite the alpha boy I'm looking for, if I was gay. Oh my god. Were my pants already wet? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. My hands are shaking. Sorry. I'm obliterate. Holy crap. I promise I'm not gay. Oh man. I might change my sexual. Oh no. No, I'm not gay. I promise. I promise. Hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. Oh. If I could do something beyond obliter. I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming. No, I'm not coming. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm not gay, I promise. See you guys soon.